Welcome back to Reddit Stories. I'm Shane, and it's Pride Month, and so we are doing some more queer Reddit stories. And joining me today are Taryn and Cammie from the Staying Up podcast. Thank you so much for being here.
We're
Hello.
so excited.
Thanks for having us.
We are ready.
The last time we did this episode, people wanted queer women's perspective.
Well, we're here.
Well, we're queer women and we have a perspective, so let's do it.
Good, thank God. Okay. What's your guys' backstory for those who may not know?
Yeah, I've done social media for as long as I can remember, kind of when it wasn't a career. I stumbled into it, then met this lovely lady.
Used to work at Patreon. We met from a mutual, like a creators show. And yeah, I'm just boring marketing person.
No, she's amazing.
And now we have a podcast just talking about our life and
we're married.
And we're married. Oh my God, we got married last year. So fun.
Yeah.
Good times in our life.
Very cool. Well, awesome. And you are familiar with Reddit?
Very familiar. Well, actually, no, I've never been on it.
That was crazy.
So your life.
Before this, I said, I'm gonna go with whatever you say. And then she just flat out lied and I went,
I mean, like, I know what it is, but I've never dabbled.
yeah, we haven't gotten too deep into Reddit, but
Yeah.
we know it's crazy and we're ready.
But I watch the stories via this show and
Yes.
TikToks and stuff, but I've never been on Reddit. I'm such a liar.
Yeah, before we started, you were like, I should get into Reddit. And I was just like, no, you don't need to.
Yeah, wow.
That's what I say to everyone. I'm like, you don't have to do that.
And then she's
Yeah.
like, I love Reddit. Reddit's my favorite.
I don't know why. I don't know where that
Yeah,
came
go
out
around
of.
telling people Reddit's your personality. That'll go really well.
Oh my God.
All right, well, let's just hop into these. Are you guys ready?
We are so ready.
Okay, here we go. This first title, starting off strong. This comes from the Am I the Asshole subreddit. Am I the asshole for making a gay sex joke?
No.
We'll find out.
Yeah, you never know. You really never know. Okay. Hey, people. I think this is the right sub for this, so let's get started on the story and y'all can judge me. This is a 22-year-old man. My friends and I were at a friend's house, Jock, who's 23, and we were drinking and chilling in a responsible manner. I'm gay, been out for a year now. While we're drinking, Jock makes a comment, and I turned it into a sex joke, because why not? The atmosphere had been pretty lighthearted. Everyone was f***ing around. All was okay. Everyone freezes. Jock asks me, what the f*** do you mean by that? So I explain, and he looks visibly uncomfortable and tells me that I'm not funny and that gay men shouldn't make these sort of jokes around straight people because it was essentially me hitting on him, and two other of my friends agree. The atmosphere doesn't go quite back to normal, and Jock moves further from me after calling me an unbelievable asshole, and so I make an excuse and bounce. Razor, my best friend, who's... I'm assuming these are not real names.
Okay.
This person's just very creative with the names they're creating.
I like
Wild.
Razor, my best friend, who's gay and has been out for longer than I have, thinks they're overly sensitive, and he followed me immediately when I left and said some choice words about Jock and the two friends who defended him. I don't know how to feel. When I was younger, I had issues with boundaries, so maybe I did transgress some, and Jock told me that unless I apologize for making him uncomfortable, I'm not welcome in. So what do y'all think? Am I the asshole for making a gay sex joke around a group of mostly straight people? Edit, he said bottoms up, and I stood up. That's
so
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Jock, or not Jock.
Yeah.
What's his name?
We don't know OPs. We call him OP. Whoever was right.
Okay, OP.
Edit number 2. Over 3,000 people now know I'm a bottom. Thank you, Reddit. Edit number 3, to clarify something, I wasn't the first person who made a sex joke. Others were made. Okay.
He did nothing wrong. He made a silly joke.
And it was a good joke.
And it wasn't about anyone else. He was just like, bottoms up, I'll get up.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
That was incredible. I think there's a little internalized homophobia maybe going on
100%.
from Jacques.
Something's up with Jock.
Yeah.
Something's up with Jock.
That's,
Jock needs a hug.
especially if he's saying other sex jokes were made.
Yeah.
It's just like that one wasn't okay. That's not even that explicit of a joke.
No,
I
it
was
light.
expecting something like, okay, maybe it was very intense or whatever.
No,
but like,
I would say that in front of my family.
I would too.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't get it, but it would be fun.
It would be fun for those who do.
Yeah, no. He's fine.
Yeah.
I feel sure about that I felt about anything, that Jacques shouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something tells me, this is me just filling in with my brain.
Go on.
That Jock would be the type then to also be like, man, you can't say anything these days.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That would come around
Which
and
is
be like that.
ironic.
Wow.
Can't
Honestly,
even take a bottom joke.
The verdict was not the asshole.
No.
No.
Obviously.
Did anyone say it was inappropriate?
Well, he said that some other friends backed up Jock, but he did say his friend Razor also said they're being overly sensitive.
Yeah, and whatever Razor says
But-
must be right.
But
must
Razor,
listen to Razor.
nothing affects Razor.
No.
Like, Razor's
Yeah.
so chill.
Razor's cool as hell.
We have a few comments here. Someone said, not the asshole. Once I saw what the joke was, that is incredibly tame and their reaction is a bit homophobic. Someone said,
Agreed.
holy shit, seriously, before I read the edit, I thought maybe the joke had crossed the line into harassment, i.e. unwanted advances on someone as a joke. The joke wasn't even at someone. It was literally a statement about OP themselves. This person is just homophobic as f***. Someone said, I laughed out loud. You were poking fun of yourself, not even the gay community at large, so really don't see any issue here. Edit if you live in Canada, let's be friends. OP said, I'm planning to move there soon.
Oh my God, at least we're getting a friendship out of this.
Yeah.
Or perhaps he found his top.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Lastly, someone said, maybe for his next birthday, OP can get Jock some pearls to clutch. Not the asshole at all.
Yeah.
Love that. I'm gonna steal that.
Agreed to all of the
Some
above.
pearls to clutch.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like a sex joke. It wasn't like an identity joke.
It really, yeah.
Literally, he just identified and stood up.
Yeah. I think
more.
it was, he was just being clear.
Yeah.
I think I love him.
Yeah.
Super funny. They got a round of applause from our room, so
Yeah.
killer joke.
Special.
All right, let's move on to the next story. That was a good starter one.
Good start.
Calm, tame.
Yeah, calm before the storm. All right, this next story also comes from Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for taking my straight female friends out to a lesbian bar because they always make me go to gay bars? Okay. I'm a 26-year-old man and straight. I have a group of friends with a few more women than men, and we go out a couple nights a week. Every time we go out, the girls all insist we end up at a gay club at the end of the night. To be clear, I don't normally mind, but it's getting excessive. I can't remember the last time they didn't insist we go, and lately I've been getting hit on a lot, and some of the drunk guys at the bars get very handsy. It's gotten uncomfortable at this point, so I've started leaving early to go home or hang out with other friends. Some of the other guys in our group feel the same way. I tried to bring it up, but they don't listen and accuse me of acting homophobic, which I am not. My sister is bi and suggested our city has a lesbian bar and I should take them there to see how they react. To be clear, this bar does openly welcome straight and cisgendered people, so we weren't violating their space. Anyway, there was a basketball game last night, and this bar sets up a game night whenever our local NBA team is playing. I suggested we go there to watch the game, and most of the group came along. They immediately got really uncomfortable when other women started flirting with them at the bar and offering to buy them drinks. It lasted about an hour before the girls all took off. A couple of the other guys and I actually ended up staying. The women there were all really cool and we made some new friends. The group chat this morning has been a big argument. The girls all say it was up that we took them there. I told them to stop acting homophobic. The other guys in the chat are mostly supporting me and saying they have no leg to stand on since we always constantly agree to join them at gay clubs and never complain. I actually want to start going there regularly on game nights. It's a really fun atmosphere and everyone we met was awesome. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think?
This one's layered.
I know.
My issue with this one is that he's bringing them there to kind of reverse it and be like, see, you don't like it.
Yeah.
Which I don't really love our space being used as like a gotcha moment.
100%.
Don't come.
Yes.
But if he wants to come and hang out and be respectful, I'll allow it. But that's what I didn't like about it. But he's not the asshole for flipping it on them. It's just including us. Because I could imagine like I'm at a bar, all these straight guys and women come in, the women are obviously uncomfortable. Then I'd be like, what are you doing here? Get out of here.
Yeah, imagining that I'm in that scenario is really annoying.
Yeah.
But as the observer of this story, I'm not that annoyed. But if I was at the bar and there's like a group of people that I'm like, what are you guys, like knowing he's teaching her a lesson or whatever, I'm like, don't do that here.
I think they're all assholes, I've decided.
Yeah, you think everyone's the asshole.
I think everyone's the asshole in
I
this.
think I do too.
Because it's like, you don't need to go to a gay bar. You're not gay. If you're going with your gay friends, great. If you're being invited in the space, but it sounds like the straight girls are wanting to go to the gay club because they're not having to deal with men hitting on them.
Yeah.
Right.
The men don't want to go. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't go.
Yeah.
And then they're coming into the lesbian bar, which where are they finding a lesbian bar is my first question, because there's far and few in between.
Well, he said his sister is bi and suggested our city has a lesbian bar that I should take them to. So his sister
Oh, well, they were with.
recommended it.
Recommend.
I don't know if they were with the sister.
Yeah,
That would change
but
things.
I'm just saying, I'd like to go to it.
Yeah.
Wherever this bar is.
Wherever they are.
I would like to pop in.
Yeah, he said like good trivia or something. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
game
they're
nights.
showing the games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're having such a hard time finding the women's basketball games. I'd
know.
love to go to this bar.
I also had a moment during that story where I was like realizing you were reading to me, and I just thought I haven't been read to in so long.
Yeah, this is cute.
I was like, this is so sweet.
Should we get comfy? And
I was like feeling this was a weird story to have you read to me, but I'm loving it.
I have moments where I'm reading these stories where I kind of like, because I do it so much, where I kind of almost like view myself from above. Like, am I reading Reddit for 2 hours straight here? And I'm just like, yeah.
You're really great at reading.
Yeah,
Thank you. I think I've gotten better.
You're
I think
really
I've gotten
Really
better.
good. I'm stumbling.
Yeah, same.
Interesting. Yeah. I think for me, it's like everyone's the asshole. Or is it also just like this situation is so much more complicated than it needed to be?
Yeah.
Because he could have just said, hey, like,
Yeah.
can we sometimes not go to gay clubs because I get hit on and it would be nice to not end up there.
Yeah.
It's the lesson
Maybe
teaching
he
that's
just
weird.
needs new friends. It sounded like he did say that and they didn't respect it. And he'd even go home early and they were mad at him.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's never good when you have to play too many games.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
The verdict was not the asshole. They're saying he's not the asshole for his whole situation.
I don't think he's an. I
I
guess. yeah.
agree.
Sometimes asshole's too harsh,
Yes.
right? Where it's just like
I'm like, you're annoying.
you didn't need to do all that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yes.
We're like playing Monopoly to figure out a very easy, simple
Yes.
Exactly.
solution.
Yes.
big comment here. Someone said, not the asshole. This is a crystal clear case of what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I assume they wanted to go to male gay bars because they feel more comfortable not being hit on all the time, but you were being hit on all the time and that would be annoying. And they insisted you were homophobic for not liking being hit on all the time. So it's perfectly reasonable to go to a female gay bar and you made new friends, yet they were uncomfortable being hit on. Honestly, it sounds like the best answer here is for the group to split up, with the women going to the male gay bar and the men going to the female gay bar. Everyone wins.
No, straight people stop coming to gay bars.
I was like,
just gonna
No,
I was like,
that
what's
is not
going
the
on?
answer.
Everyone's winning except gay people in this situation.
Yeah.
We don't want you in our space if you don't want to like genuinely be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Use it as-
Yeah.
You have so many bars. You have so many
Yeah.
bars. There's a bar on every corner for you.
I was going to say, they're talking about the men can go to the female gay bar. I'm like, the men can also just go to any bar.
Yeah, wait,
You're fine. Like,
100%.
you're going to be fine.
I think the straight men are okay. They're comfortable everywhere. They're okay.
They can be,
Yeah.
can be where they want to be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Furthermore, they say friend groups don't have to hang out as a single unit all the time, but at this point, the girls are being the assholes, particularly because they labeled you homophobic for not wanting to be hit on all the time.
Yeah, fair.
There's
get
aspects
that.
of that I
I
totally
agree with that.
Someone replied to that saying, no, gay spaces do not exist so that het
There we
people
go.
can feel comfortable. OP's female friends need to find bars where inappropriate behavior isn't tolerated. Someone said under that, thank you. The opinions being tossed around that gay men should somehow be used as a shield for women seem really gross to me. If you want to go to a gay bar because they have a really fun vibe and it's a space that's a welcoming space, then sure, go there. But his friends are not allies here.
Yep. There it is.
Yep. I'm loving the split up thing. Like we don't need to do everything together.
Yeah, I don't understand that, especially like wherever people end up at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that naturally happens. You go
let it
different
happen.
ways.
It's like my guy friends want to go to the gym and lift weights, and I'm like, oh, I want to go to Pilates. I'm not going to be like, you don't want to go to Pilates with me? Like, what, it's like,
so fucked
Pilates
up, dude.
phobic.
yeah, it's not like there's something's wrong with them not wanting to go to Pilates.
Split up.
And there's nothing wrong with me not wanting to go throw weights around.
It's also sad that the girls feel like there's no bar they can go to and just enjoy their time.
Spooky.
Except for the gay bar.
Except a gay
That
bar.
feels like a deeper problem that we will not unpack here today.
Although we would love to.
I fear that it's gonna because it's starting to become a known thing that like straight women go to gay bars to
Yeah.
avoid getting hit on by men.
Yeah.
Then straight men are gonna start being like, well, we'll go to gay bars.
It's
to hit on
happened.
women.
It's
already
been
Is it already-
happening. You can't, there are specific LA gay bars that you don't go to because it's all straight people.
some other comments here. Someone said, as a lesbian, yes, please give lesbian bars business so long as you're not using them to be creepy towards women. We need more of them in the U.S. We need more lesbian bars in the U.S. Someone said, please go to lesbian bars and drop lots of cash on game nights, nachos for everyone. Keep them in business.
Okay, I love that too. Now I've changed my mind.
Okay.
I get keeping them in business, but like, how do I say this respectfully? Straight guys aren't always the best at getting hints of like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, fair.
So you might be thinking, oh, I'm being so nice.
It just happened to us the other night. We were at a bar in LA and people came up to us and these two guys came up to like a group of 5 so clearly gay people, besides Cammie. And
I am
she's
gay.
But she's clearly gay.
I was like, well, we're literally married.
And he said something like, oh, how you girls doing or whatever. And we were like,
How do y'all know each other?
How do y'all know each other? And then someone said, we're gay. And he's like, oh, so you guys having fun tonight? Whatever. Like,
Yeah, he didn't know what to do.
Kept going, kept flirting, kept whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, are you guys, he said gay as in happy?
Gay as in happy.
Or gay as in, and we were like,
Uh,
happy to not be straight.
Oh, happy and gay, like Santa?
oh, it's so silly. It's like anything that, I'm gonna talk to the straight men out there.
Come on.
Anything clever you think you're coming up with, we've heard it so many times.
We've heard it.
So many times. It's not clever, it's not funny.
I also had to learn to like not bring straight people into gay spaces. And I learned that from the queer community. I did that. I like brought I have a lot of guy friends. So I would like bring my guy friends and be like, let's go, it's gonna be fun. And then the queer community was like, hey, maybe don't. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, I will take that note and I will not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it makes sense because, they can go everywhere else.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, wow. I get it. So,
I think I get it. I get it.
I think I understand. We have a little note here. According to the Lesbian Bar Project, there are now 32 lesbian bars in America.
Amazing.
The Lesbian Bar Project started as a short documentary and fundraiser in 2022. A number of things have led to it being such a small number. Queer spaces targeted by lawmakers, gentrification, etc. Yeah, 32 is far lower than I would have expected.
32 in
wild.
all of America. There's like 32 bars down the street.
Yeah.
If I had to have made a guess
Yeah.
about LA,
Yeah.
not knowing anything, I would have been like, oh, there's got to be at least a dozen.
Yeah, I think that number might have one added because the Ruby Fruit in LA opened since that was done. I think I just saw this stat.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
But literally there's one in LA and it is packed 20, I mean, there might be more than one.
I think there's one and all the other ones are just pop-ups.
Yeah.
So there's like queer events, but actual structure that's always there.
So then to have like your one space.
In like one of the
infiltrate.
gayest cities in America.
I'm so confused why there's not more in LA.
It's really wild. Because then if you compare that, I don't know how many male gay bars there are. Would love that number. Anyone?
Well, like
Look it up.
WeHo has like 10.
10 on one block.
On one block, yeah. 10 on one block.
10
She
on
said
one
it.
block.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a wild stat.
So the new lesbian bar that's opening like now is the first lesbian bar in like 10 years.
Yeah, in LA. That's crazy.
And it is packed.
Yeah.
always,
I
like,
didn't realize
out
it was
onto
the
the
first
street.
in a decade. I thought at least something had happened. I haven't even been in LA for a decade.
Give the girls our bar, you know.
We want like the concept, the proof of concept is there. All the pop-ups are always so crowded.
Yeah.
I can't believe there's not more. Should we open a bar?
Should we all open a bar?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'll be part of it. What's up, guys? Welcome in. I'm not going to go in. No, I opened it, but I'm not.
You can be the
No,
bouncer.
please. Yeah.
Stay outside.
Yeah, I'll be an intimidating bouncer.
I feel safe with that.
Oh my
God. Yeah, it's just these queer spaces, if you're coming in as an ally or with friends that are queer, that's great. I think that's something really special about the queer community, that we bring our family members in and our friends to support us. But you have to respect these spaces because there's so few. Those are safe spaces. It's, to a lot of people, like a church can be. It's a really safe, special place. So just make sure you're respecting it, you know?
Totally.
You specifically.
Me.
No, that was
in
about
particular.
you.
You and you.
Nobody else is here.
That one's for Jacques and Razor.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to our next story. This comes from the relationship advice subreddit.
We're ready.
So
It's our
no
specialty.
assholes, hopefully. Okay. I a 28-year-old man suggested a threesome to my girlfriend, a 24-year-old woman, and things have gotten out of control since.
Ooh.
I'm so excited for this.
Out of control is such a wild statement that I'm already so scared.
I just finished watching Couple to Throuple, so I'm an expert at this.
We are ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm locked in.
To preface this, my girlfriend, Tommy, is an absolutely cool, rad, and chill human being. I have known she is bisexual since we started dating years ago, and quite clearly had zero problem with it. She's a free woman, and I don't at all want to impose on her, but I feel like both she and I have been manipulated, and I don't know what to do. Tommy and I have been dating for 3 years now, and our sex life has been wonderful. She has only ever dated men, but she did let me know she was also interested in women, and we often would check them out together and joke around about finding our own personal unicorn. All in all, it seemed like harmless talk until Delilah, a 22-year-old woman, came into the picture. Delilah is an out lesbian woman who started to work at the same place as Tommy a few months back. She is unfortunately extremely attractive, and it seems like both Tom...
Hate when that happens.
Unfortunately, she's super hot. She's unfortunately extremely attractive, and it seems like both Tommy and I were taken by that. I made the mistake of mentioning Tommy was bisexual to her when she was over for drinks one day, and things kind of snowballed from there. We were all pretty drunk at this point, and the talk was getting raunchier, and at some point, I outright said I'd be down for a threesome if Delilah ever felt like exploring her limits with the both of us. She seemed unusually interested in this. A few days later, I got a text from Delilah asking if I was serious about the threesome. It was at this point the man downstairs took over, and I agreed to a number of things I perhaps shouldn't have.
I was like, oh, they live on the top floor?
It took me a second too. It's like, and then Greg came up and he was like, guys.
And I'm like, they heard them? This escalated so quickly.
I was like, why is the man downstairs
Okay,
joining?
that little man.
That's,
got it.
we have the threesome cleric downstairs. He determines whether it's okay or not.
That was awesome.
I agreed to a number of things I perhaps shouldn't have. Delilah told me that as a strict lesbian, she felt a little nervous being with a man for the first time. Would I mind if she were to get to know Tommy a little more first? I agreed that sounded like a good idea, but after sending that, she never really said anything more. I didn't actually know she and Tommy had slept together until I came home to her and Tommy sitting on my couch in their underwear, up in each other's business, which was the first red flag. I don't know if that's a red flag anymore. Like,
I don't think that we call that a red flag.
I wanted to wave this as like, but too much pride in this moment.
I was extremely upset when I came across them, but the two of them, mostly Delilah, shamed me for it and pointed out Delilah had said she wanted to get comfortable with Tommy first, and she didn't feel comfortable with the man watching, and it was something to be taken slowly. Basically, I was gaslit until thinking I was a piece of shit for ruining what was going on and demanding to be a part of things immediately. We came to an agreement that I would avoid coming over while Delilah was around so things wouldn't feel uncomfortable. Yes, I know I'm an idiot. Delilah has been over more than a few times, and whenever I bring up to Tommy that it seems like she is just coming over for her and that no threesome is on the horizon, she gets mad at me and tells me it was my idea and I have no right to rush Delilah and that I agreed to this. Things came to a head yesterday when I returned home from work and was outright told to go out for a few hours because Tommy and Delilah had plans. It wasn't even like they were already together and I happened to walk in. I was just told to leave so Delilah could come over. I stood my ground and was basically told by Tommy that I could leave now or she would because trying to insert myself in her sex life was controlling and weird and she wasn't going to put up with it. I love Tommy, and she never has acted in this way before. Basically, a lot of other things have gone on, and one of her only friends right now is Delilah, who I think is feeding her a load of bullshit and demonizing me. One of the main things Tommy was bringing up was that Delilah is her best friend at the moment, and that it wasn't fair for me to be lurking around the corner waiting for sex while she and her talked about personal life, and that it was making them both uncomfortable. I think Delilah just wants one thing, but she's not hearing it. I don't know where to go from here or how to try to have another discussion if all she does is get angry with me. I've been thinking of maybe writing a letter listing how things are making me feel right now and what is wrong with the situation, or maybe trying to speak to one of her old friends about Delilah and seeing if they can get through to her that she's been used. But I don't know if that's a terrible idea or not, which is why I'm turning to Reddit. Where should I go from here?
Turning to Reddit was a wild decision.
Yeah.
Reddit.
You know, this has been going on for a while. Reddit, help me out.
Oh,
It just sounds like she's in another relationship.
Like,
I'm,
dude,
like,
your
actually
girlfriend has a girlfriend, And you're not involved.
And you're not
in
involved
this.
anymore.
This is not a threesome.
No.
Yeah.
In any way, shape, or form.
Bad news.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel really sad for him.
I do too. He seems actually really respectful and like
He's doing his best.
trying his hardest to do what's right, but
Yeah.
he is literally just like watching her leave into a different thing.
I also feel bad that he's like, oh, Delilah is brainwashing my girlfriend. He doesn't want to put any blame on her.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Yeah,
she
it's
kind of
like,
owes you a little more respect.
She's really doing this. Yeah.
I feel like the thing they're missing is boundaries from the beginning of this. Like, we need to decide what we want
Yes.
to do, what's okay. Like, the fact that he came home and they're ruffling something is not a vibe.
And the fact that he's like, and that was a red flag. I'm
Yeah, he's like, oh, they're just getting to know each other. It was just hot in there. They had to be in their underwear.
Yeah, sir, what? Wild behavior.
well, the fact that they were just like upfront about it, just
Yeah.
like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And you need to get out.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is
Now you need to leave for a
wild.
couple hours.
And then to make him feel bad is wild.
Yeah.
I understand the two girls wanting to have like comfort in their own thing first, but not without him. Like,
Yeah. Well,
or just be clear about what that looks like. Not like, let's hang out every day without.
Yeah. Maybe threesomes aren't for them. Maybe they want an open
Yes.
relationship.
so
We got to talk about it.
a very common thing on Reddit is stories about threesomes.
Yeah.
And they
Our messy.
99% of the time go wrong.
Yeah.
And it's always because clearly people were not on the same page.
Yeah.
At all. And
Yeah.
this is one where they were not on the same page ever.
No.
And now they're just on different continents.
It sounds like they didn't even talk about it before this happened. It was like a spur of the moment, and then they just went way too far down the road.
Yeah. Yeah. Not like in this.
Yeah, and Tommy doesn't seem to ever ask him or care about how he feels about it.
Yeah.
But this whole thing, by their description, was entirely just like they both agreed, like this would be a fun thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it stops being fun for one person,
Then
then
it
why
should
are
be
you
over.
continuing?
It's
Yeah.
also, they wanted a threesome, right? Not like a thruple.
They wanted a threesome, is what they
Okay,
said.
so why is this taking so long?
Yeah, and
A
it's and now,
threesome is like a one night.
Yeah, we don't
Let's
need to
get
get to know
wild.
each other.
They've hung out like 40 times. They went to the movies or something.
also
Did I
the
make
thing that
up?
to me would be the end of it is saying like this person that you're going to have a threesome with is your best friend.
Yeah.
No, that feels
No.
messy.
No.
Can't do that.
Not okay with that.
This
Yeah.
is not going to end well. I mean, it's not starting well. So it's definitely not going to end well.
I think in reality, it just sounds like she should have broken up with him,
Yes.
Yes.
and sounds like she realized she wanted
Yeah.
to be with.
Or said to him, like,
Maybe.
hey, I'm curious about being with a woman. Would you be open to me exploring the side of my sexuality? I still love you,
Yeah.
but I'm missing this side. Can I go explore that? And if he's not okay with that, say absolutely not, or say, yeah, go for it. Here are my boundaries. But boundaries can also change in a relationship.
Totally.
And Tommy's not.
Well, and especially
that.
Tommy's 24, and like I just feel like
Yeah.
she's still young. She's probably
Yeah.
still figuring out what her boundaries are, what her interests are, what she wants out of a relationship. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our guy's 28, yeah?
yeah, he's 28.
And the new girl's only 22.
Oh.
Yeah.
Messy.
Messy. She
Yeah.
wants to have her cake and eat it too.
I feel like our guy was trying to be too respectful and didn't realize what he needed, like what boundaries he needed, what walls
He doesn't want to lose
put
her.
up.
He's afraid his boundary will lose her. But if your boundaries lose someone, hit the road.
Get out of here.
Oh, I'm sad for him.
Bunch of comments. Delilah's a lesbian. Of course she doesn't want a threesome with you involved because she's not attracted to you. At this point, I agree with almost everyone here that you got to break up with your girlfriend.
Yes. I mean,
Someone said, as a bisexual woman, things like this bother me because it implies sex between women is less serious or something. Your girlfriend is cheating on you in front of you in your own home and you are letting it happen. Sounds like your girlfriend wants her cake and to eat it too, and sounds like Delilah just wants your girlfriend. Also,
saying
the
that
fact
the
that she has said you need to butt out of her sex life. Your girlfriend having an active sex life without you is called cheating. Obviously, you don't seem to want anything open, so you need to address this. I think writing a letter is a good start. Good luck. Someone responded to that saying, I am also a bisexual woman. Your girlfriend is cheating on you. Leave. Lastly, someone said, this right here is why threesomes are a terrible idea. Let's get this out of the way first. That threesome is never going to happen. You need to definitely explain your feelings to Tommy. A letter is a good idea. You also need to tell her that Delilah is taking advantage of your relationship and having an affair with your girlfriend. Honestly, I'm not sure my own relationship could recover from something like this if it happened to us. Hopefully that doesn't pose to be true for you.
Yeah.
there's something so sweet about a letter. Imagining that he's going to sit there and write a little letter. I'm like, poor guy's
Like little
head's all
tear stains on it.
He's all scrambled. He can't even talk it out. He's
Yeah.
got to sit there and be like, the way you did this. That's like, oh, poor fella.
Yeah. I think we need to leave Delilah out of this, though, because it's like it's about their relationship.
Tommy's really getting away.
Yeah, Tommy's the problem. Tommy's the one cheating.
Yeah.
They did not agree to having an open relationship. Just because she's bisexual doesn't mean, like all the comments said, that cheating's okay if that's not established. I don't think he should be focusing on you are being manipulated. It's you are cheating. I don't like it. Stop or we're done.
Yeah.
I also kind of wish that he would sit back and be like, what would a threesome look like at this point?
What? He's still hanging out for a threesome?
True.
Like, imagine
That's
now
so true.
that they're like, okay, we're ready. It's like, what is that going to be?
Delilah's like, giving him dirty
they're going to
looks.
have like rehearsed this whole thing, and he's just literally going to be sat
No,
there.
that's not going to be any fun.
Yeah, he's like, I haven't had sex with my girlfriend in months.
Literally. Literally.
No, it's such a bummer.
Yeah. No threesomes.
If I was
for
his friend,
this.
I'd just be like, I think your girlfriend is moving on to a different part of her life.
She's
and
gone.
You're not
She's
in
gone,
it.
buddy.
Yeah. This episode of Red Stories is brought to you by Factor. Warmer, sunnier days are on the horizon, and there's no better way to prep for your summertime wellness goals than with Factor. They are awesome. These meals are dietitian approved, chef crafted, and they are ready in just 2 minutes, and they are so delicious. They've got premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, blackened salmon. They've got tons of different options for you to choose from, like keto, protein plus, calorie smart, anything that'll fit your dietary needs. You're gonna feel great, and it's gonna be so convenient. I love it after these long shoot days. I just pop it in the microwave, ready in 2 minutes, and I'm good to go. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? Head to factormeals.com/pitreddit50 and use code pitreddit50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code pitreddit50 at factormeals.com/pitreddit50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. Back to the show. All right. This next story comes from the subreddit Actual Lesbians.
I've never been there.
Actual lesbians.
We should go there.
I'm gonna go on that subreddit
Okay.
right now.
Okay, so the title of this is Pro-Con Lists. I've been with my girlfriend for 3 years next week, and it's come to the point where I'm having to make a pro-con list about her. I love her, but some things are getting harder to ignore, and it's tearing me apart trying to decide if I want to break up. I think the only thing keeping me around is my love for her, but can love always be enough? Okay, so there was an image of a notebook of a pro-con list, so we transcribed it here.
Another writer.
Pros. I love her. Funny. Helps when asked. Baseball. Our kids. Financially stable. Pays attention to little things I say. Cons. Not Facebook friend. Won't let me tag her. No hand-holding. No compliments. No cuddling. Can be rude. Stone top. Vanilla.
The stone top. Not the stone top.
Vanilla sex. Haven't met family. Doesn't share feelings. Helps when asked but acts like it's inconvenient. Expects me to keep house and my car clean, but hers is a mess. Said she doesn't find me as attractive anymore. Expects me to tell her my every move, but can't do the same in return. Acts like she doesn't care about things in my life.
So awesome.
Have said I need attention and still don't get it.
Is that the end of it?
That's the end of the con list.
That was part one.
That was 5 times
my
longer than the
God.
pro list.
You hate her.
Yeah, I hate her too.
Yeah.
Because she hates her.
Kids,
they hate
but never
each other.
met family. There's so many contradictions happening on this pro-con list.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
No, because at the top it's helps when asked for a pro.
Yeah.
But then at the bottom it's
It's like huffing and puffing
helps
about.
when asked but acts like it's inconvenient. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, was that really a pro?
I think,
then?
are those balancing out or
No, baseball is hysterical.
just baseball?
baseball.
Baseball.
Oh, sorry, it's not just pro baseball. I
Just,
like.
yeah.
Like-
it might be a reminder of like, there's no crying in baseball, so I gotta stay with her.
Fair.
I don't know.
Beautiful.
Baseball. Tough.
Whoa.
Damn.
I mean, I'm a firm believer in if you're making the pro and con list, it's done.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Man.
You know?
You're at that.
Have you ever made a pro and con list about us?
No, dude, never. I would freaking never. Don't read who put this in.
Yeah, okay.
I don't like baseball. It would never be on the pro list.
Never be you. I feel that you could just look at the pro and con list from afar and see how long the cons are and just be like, okay, this is probably not good for me. But they have kids? That's so dark.
Yeah.
I don't know that they have kids because they never met family. It's, again,
No, I think they
so much contradiction.
In the pro,
Her
it says
partner's
our
family.
kids.
Oh, our.
But that's also not a pro, like,
That's not a pro.
this is a pro about why okay, I think it's a pro and con of why she should stay in the relationship.
Yes.
Yes.
So baseball plays a part in that.
Still unclear.
And financially stable plays a part in that. All the top things, besides like funny and I love her, are not really.
Really just funny is what she likes about her.
Funny.
Did she say anything else that was complimentary to the other person?
Helps, but the helps when asked doesn't really count.
No, that one's out.
No, because like
It's just funny.
pays attention to little things I say.
That's sweet.
That's like bare
Then
minimum.
you have no compliments, no cuddling,
That's crazy.
vanilla sex, no hand holding, won't let me
none.
tag her. Haven't met family.
Yeah,
Well, you're saying our kids, but then haven't met family.
Wasn't the first one like no Facebook?
Yeah, not Facebook friend.
That's
has
I don't know that
Facebook.
we're Facebook.
And
Not
won't let me
nice.
tag her.
Yeah.
Which
that's
that's sketchy.
We're hiding something here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair. Something's up.
Something's
The top
very up.
comment was biggest red flag, pro, our kids, con, haven't met her family.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what? You two have kids and you haven't met her family. I also agree with what many other commenters are saying. This girl treats you like a side hoe, not a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
The poster responded to that comment saying, they're not our kids. I have a kid and she has 2 god kids that we have every weekend. We've been together 3 years, so we call them our kids. I know it doesn't make sense to everyone else, but it did to me when I made the list.
I think the pro baseball was like taking the kids to baseball. It's
Probably.
easier to carpool. I think it was like they're on the same baseball team.
That could be it.
Yeah.
That's cute.
It sounds like from this list like she's staying with her because of the convenience of it.
Yes.
Did we get their ages at all?
No, we didn't. This one's doesn't have a lot of details.
I feel like 3 years to have this long of a cons list is chaotic.
Extreme.
we should be like honeymoon, happy
Yeah.
vibes.
I could see this happening 30 years down the road when you're like, they don't have, you're like grumpy at
Yeah.
them.
You're like, should I marry someone that's ugly, mean, stupid? Like, what?
yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
The poster also commented, I genuinely wish I was joking. I know the first 3 seem silly, but they feel important to me, you know? Someone said, I don't think they seem silly, especially with the other double standards on your list. I think they seem like red flags. Someone said, not Facebook friends makes me feel like they don't want people in their life to know y'all are together or serious. Maybe their partner is embarrassed by them. I'm not saying it's right. As a matter of fact, it's a huge red flag. OP needs to drop them fast. OP, if you care about it, it's not silly. As a matter of fact, if your girlfriend tells you they are silly, she is full of shit. She just doesn't want you to be, she just doesn't want to be in the wrong and give you the bare minimum. If you continue to stay with being given the bare minimum, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
That person's speaking from experience. Trust them.
Someone
That's
said,
the guy from the last story.
yeah, he's like, trust me, I get it.
He's like, oh.
And they were like, why are you on the subreddit? It's like, honorary member now.
He's like, the lesbians one got too boring for me.
And all the guys going to the lesbian bar are now here too.
Yeah, they're all coming in.
All come in.
Everyone at a certain point is like, is anyone here actually a lesbian?
The guy who's writing in it's like not even a lesbian. It's just like a guy talking about his girlfriend.
Sorry, I'm actually a 50-year-old man.
We've lost the plot.
I didn't know where to go. Someone said, I made that list before I got married. I've recently asked for divorce. I had some good times and have a great daughter. I don't regret ignoring the signs, but I could have avoided a lot of pain.
Aw, yeah.
Lastly, someone said, I stayed with someone who said she doesn't find me attractive anymore. It ruined my self-image. I'm still struggling with it. There are other women who will find you attractive as you are. Don't be afraid to let go of things that aren't working for you. It hurts, but trust yourself to do what's best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they kind of, at the end of their post, they were like, I think the only thing keeping me around is my love for her, but can love always be enough? I've said it before here where I don't think love is like top tier. I think respect is. And this person does not respect them at all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I also feel like when you're in a relationship and you are not happy, you can think something is love when it's not. It's a whole host of other things. And I don't even trust that she feels like true deep love for her, because this person is not loving towards you in any way, shape, or form. It's like you could, I don't know, maybe you have like love, like sibling love or something, but I don't feel like this is the vibe.
Yeah.
I also feel like there's more pressure sometimes when you're queer of, well, I'm not gonna find somebody that I like this much and that does this, this, and this, and you kind of lower your standards thinking that your person's not out there.
Do you?
I have in the past, not anymore. But yeah, I think you get wrapped up in, she has a kid prior, maybe this is the first time being with a woman and thinking, I at least have this, I don't wanna give this aspect of it up.
Interesting.
Can carry a lot of weight too, so.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
But run, girly, run.
The queers are struggling.
Yeah.
It's sad. These were
Happy
sad.
Pride Month.
Happy Pride.
What's also sad is just the universal experience of people like not realizing that they're not being given what they deserve.
Yeah.
Like that is so common. No, we've had multiple stories of that now.
Yeah. Loving someone kind of blinds you to the respect you deserve.
Yeah.
And it's like you always think you can get back to where you once were. That was like some level of good, and you don't know where what it was like when they were even doing that. It's like, were they overdoing it? Were they puffing their chest up more? You know, it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And usually those signs are there from the beginning. You're just not really paying attention to them. It's tough, man.
Sorry, girl.
Just a little heads up for our viewers. If they try to search this user's history for an update, they are very active in some not safe for work Reddits, so pursue and search at your own discretion.
Whoa.
Let's go.
There you go.
I will be searching.
I will too.
All right. Let's move on to our next story, and we're back to the subreddit, Am I the Asshole?
We're back.
We're so back.
So bad.
It's like we never left.
Am I the asshole for mocking my nephew and ganging up on him for asking whether me or my husband was the woman? My family, my folks, my brother and his family, my sister and her family, me and my husband, had our first get-together since the thing started on the weekend. We're all vaccinated now. This is from 2021.
Okay.
I was like, whoa, late to the game.
Yeah, we finally did it. Together, we pulled the plug. During which I discovered my formerly adorably precocious kid of a nephew has hit his edgy teen stage with gusto. He had an attitude all afternoon, which culminated in him asking me and my husband, gay couple, which of us was the woman. I was pretty taken aback and just said, neither of us, we're both men, that's the point. At which point, he came up with some Evo Psych BS about how a male always seeks a female, and therefore, even with two guys, one will always be the more feminine or something. The thing is, I know he knows better, and his whole attitude was blatantly just trying to get a rise.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like ruining a nice afternoon by giving it to him, so instead I decided to make a joke of it and told him seriously that no one had told us that, and in that case, we'd better figure it out ASAP, huh? My husband grabbed a notepad, drew columns for each of us, and we started noting down our various feminine and masculine aspects.
Hilarious.
Deliberately absurd stuff like I wear more pink, but he cries easier. He's much better at sports, but I've got him beat in survival skills, etc. At some point, the other adults minus my folks drifted over to see what we were doing. My brother immediately wanted to join in, saying he'd never really been sure in their case either. So he and his wife started their own list, and my sister and her husband, parents of the nephew, followed suit. It was honestly pretty funny. We made up a point system and debated the gendering of breakfast foods. My nephew got more and more sulky. We kept asking for his verdicts until finally he walked away in disgust and ended up hardly saying a word for the rest of the afternoon. At the time, I thought it was a harmless and amusing way of making a point about the stupidity of his argument without giving him the satisfaction of the "you're too sensitive" rise he was obviously looking for, but earlier today from his brother, 19, he was not at the get-together, saying my nephew was really upset and accusing us of being a bunch of adults ganging up on a child and of drawing his own parents into it. I honestly hadn't thought of it in that light, and now that I do, I must admit it's not a great look. I still think he's old enough not to be catered to when he acts like this, though. Am I the asshole? See, I think that's hilarious.
That feels like parenting 101. That was perfect.
I'm
like gonna write that down. Yeah.
They seem so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we all agree? I feel like we all
I agree. No.
Yeah, I feel
and I think you gotta like squash that shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's annoying and dumb.
Yeah.
It's like he's like an annoying teen boy. They're not going to have like a come to Jesus moment with him when they're like, let me explain to you that.
Well, and he already knew. They're like, he knows better. He's trying to be a little asshole.
Literally trying to piss us
They
off.
have to out-asshole the asshole sometimes, and that's fair game.
100%.
I think
And
that's
that
allowed.
kid will remember this in 20 years and be like, that was actually a solid move.
Yeah. No, that was hysterical. I love
yes
that.
anded.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that could have been an episode of Bluey,
Honestly.
you know? And I trust anything they do for
They
parenting.
would have done it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious where their debate of the gendering of breakfast foods went.
I know, I want more on that.
You want to give it a go? What do you think, Pancake?
Female.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, what kind
Waffles,
of question
though?
is that?
Female.
Male. I think
feel-
male.
I feel female.
No, they're like rigidy. They're
Yeah,
yeah.
but like can hold a lot.
No, but like put a
Emotionally.
face on it and what do you see?
I still see a
I see Waffles as a dude,
Yeah.
bummer.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
Dang.
Depends on the shape
Am I
of
the
the
asshole?
waffle.
I think waffles.
I think waffle.
You said the
I said it,
moon
waffles are
was,
women.
you said a moon was a male yesterday, so
I did say that. That got me
You don't.
canceled.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I
Sorry,
thought
babe.
the moon was giving man energy because I
No.
Is
thought
it not?
No, clearly female.
you
What?
must agree now that it's
You're
a
gonna
woman.
get
I don't
so
have an
much
opinion.
hate.
I don't have an opinion.
lesbians will come for you.
I don't have an opinion.
No.
Yeah. Well, I just thought he was like a derpy moon. I
Oh,
thought that
she's
was
beautiful.
and it was
Look at that
giving
stupid
man.
piece of shit up there.
Like,
Look at that dumbass. This is
like
definitely
he's vibing, you know. He's up there like,
she's beautiful.
yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's
is there?
see.
Orange
Eggs.
juice. Orange juice.
Orange juice.
Non-binary.
The only people that I know that drink orange juice on their own is men.
Yeah.
It's men.
Do you drink orange juice?
It's a man.
You look like you.
I
drink
only
orange
drink orange juice if I'm at a diner, and
Yeah.
then I'll often get
That's a
it.
great law for
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah.
juice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my rule. If I'm home, I'm like, I can't touch
I
that.
can only have one.
Sorry,
for me.
I have to be.
I can't keep it in the
I
house.
have to be at Denny's.
What about granola?
Granola. I'm for some reason
It's still a male to
I'm
me.
thinking male for that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking eggs go through a lot of different stages.
Okay.
Scrambled, men. Sunny side up. I'm thinking
Why does it have to be
You're
female?
saying a breast.
no. No. Just different
Okay.
forms of it.
Well, I'm just like, it's an egg. It has to be a female, right?
Yeah. We have the eggs.
It's the egg. We have the eggs.
We have the
You
eggs.
have the meats. We have
Difference between an omelet and a scramble. This debate could go on.
This could go on for
know.
days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shall we?
Anyways, the verdict was not the asshole.
Yeah, no.
Comments.
Hysterical.
Not the asshole. He was being a brat. He knew it. He dished it and couldn't take it. Said loosely because you didn't even really dish it back. You joked about yourselves, not him.
Yeah.
I think it was a great way to make the point of how ridiculous that statement was.
Agreed.
Someone else said, you joked about yourselves, not him. This is important. They deliberately did not go at the kid since they knew that's what he wanted. This is the opposite of asshole behavior. In fact, I can't think of a better way to handle the situation they were in. It was perfect. Not the asshole, OP. Someone said, the nephew learned a very valuable lesson. Part of being a teenager is acting out in ways to see what he can get away with. And he just learned, more clearly than if he'd gotten chewed out, a very firm limit to how he can act in public. As an aside, this had to feel so good for his parents to participate in, given that they probably deal with this kid's stupid edgelord shit. Yeah, the reality is they showed him how dumb he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that sucks.
Without bullying him. It was
Without
really
bullying
good.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never. I feel like I would have in
Bullied.
a moment. I would have been like, "You little twerp" or something. So
Yeah.
I respect their way of
Yeah.
handling that.
Stayed calm. Made it fun. Made it a little bit.
Yeah, it was a fun little bit.
Yeah.
All right, next story. This comes from the subreddit Bisexual. Found out I was bi in a committed relationship and my boyfriend flipped. This is a long post, so I'm warning you in advance. I honestly just need advice. I'm going to start with a bit of background. I'm a 20-year-old woman and my boyfriend is 23. I've been dating him for 3 years now. I love being with him. But I've questioned my sexuality since I was a freshman in high school. Around this time, I started noticing how I'd feel looking at other pretty girls in my school. Also, there was a long period where I could only get off to lesbian porn and nothing else. Looking at pretty women made me feel giddy, like a dopamine rush. It was more than just admiration. I used to daydream about being with another woman. I pushed these feelings down, though. Conservative family, and I am still attracted to men, so I ignored my attraction to women because it felt wrong. Recently, I haven't been feeling as sexually attracted to my boyfriend, which could be more of a hormonal imbalance and also because I don't want to get pregnant. We don't have protection. But even besides that, I find myself considering if I would be happier with a woman. When I'm horny, I use my vibrator instead of initiating sex with my boyfriend. One day, I visited this exact Reddit community to skim through and read people's posts to see if anyone was struggling with their sexuality too. When my boyfriend saw my phone and completely went berserk.
Oh no.
I was embarrassed to tell him I was viewing posts from the bisexual Reddit community, and I had a good reason. He immediately started yelling about how he was angry I wouldn't tell him I was bi, and then he proceeded to tell 2 of our mutual friends that I was bi and that he wanted to leave me. Mind you, I haven't come out to anyone, not even my family, because I literally am not ready to come out yet. But my boyfriend told our friends with no consideration of how it would make me feel. Then that night, when he calmed down, he came to apologize for his outburst and said he still wanted to be with me. He proposed that if I wanted to have sex with a woman, that it should be with him involved.
Oh, and we already know this
There,
doesn't work well.
we're back to this other story. I feel so conflicted and turned off by his actions. I want to explore other options, but we live together and I honestly just feel stuck now. I have no money saved up and my family is over 800 miles away in another state. I guess I'm just crying out for help or advice on what I should do if anyone else has gone through something like this. Edit. Thank you so much for all the support on this post. Y'all don't understand how much it means to me. I'm going to reflect some more on my decisions, and I plan to silently save up money so I can get out of this situation. I have about 4 months left on the lease, so I'm running out of time, but I'm going to do what I can.
Drop the Venmo,
Sweet
girl.
little baby gay. Yeah, what year was this from?
This is from a couple months ago.
Oh wow, we gotta go find this.
We're starting a fund.
Yeah. I feel so bad for her that, like, well, for one, he went and told other people immediately,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
That's kooky behavior.
And she feels so trapped. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not a fun feeling.
But also to come back, I think that same day, after this extremely, like her coming out, not by choice,
Yeah.
and then to him to come back and be like, all right, we can have a threesome,
yeah.
is crazy.
It's
crazy.
It's absolutely insane.
He's like, you
Yeah,
know what? I thought about it. I'd like to be involved.
Yeah.
It's
I think I am
wild.
okay with it. Yeah, and like that's what's so frustrating and where I feel so infuriated for bisexuals, where it doesn't mean that you're wanting both partners at the same time. It doesn't mean cheating. It doesn't mean threesomes. It doesn't mean confusion. And I hate that that's put on bisexuals so much.
She was just in the comfort of her little phone, scrolling away.
Private.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was outed there, then outed to her friends.
Just
Big gay.
two mutual friends.
Oh.
At the very least, she's saying like I have suppressed everything. She's
Yeah.
20,
Yeah.
so and she was literally going to the subreddit to try to seek advice and try to understand herself, and then
It just
thrown
blew up.
out into a storm.
I think she's for sure got to get out of here.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's-
think she knows that.
Yeah.
Because she has this desire to explore her sexuality.
Yeah.
And she can't do it with her partner because he's not going to be a supportive partner in this, clearly.
Yeah, well, he broke her trust at multiple
Immediately.
levels. Immediately.
And I get he was angry, but that's just not an excuse.
If when he gets angry, he's going to just completely betray your trust. And
Yeah.
He yelled like icky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like he was trying to hurt her. Like he felt hurt, so he's trying to then hurt her back.
Yeah, he probably felt embarrassed.
That's not going to be a safe space for her in any way.
No, absolutely not. Bunch of comments here. Someone said, okay, let me get this straight. You were dating a 20-year-old man when you were a junior in high school. You have moved 800 miles away from your family, which I am going to make an assumption that you did for this man. You do not want to have sex with this man because you are afraid of getting pregnant, and you do not have access to protection with him despite the fact that condoms cost less than a cup of coffee at any drugstore in the country. You do not have a support network that you feel you could turn to in the area. What friends you do have are mutual friends of his, and you clearly don't feel you could go to them if you left him. This man saw you looking at a subreddit, and he responded to you by jumping to conclusions, attacking you, and outing you to multiple people. He then heel-turned and propositioned you for a threesome the second he realized this could benefit him sexually. My advice is, when people wave red flags at you, believe them. You are already neck-deep in an abusive situation. Get out, get out, get out. Someone responded to that saying, this should be the top comment. OP, you have your whole life ahead of you. Get out while you can and look forward to a healthier relationships in the future.
I also think like she's 20 or 23 or whatever.
She's 20, he's
20.
23.
You are so eeny meeny when you're 20. Like we're 33. How old are you? Are you about to
32.
say? Okay. It's like remembering how I felt at 20. I would have thought this was the end of my life when it's
Yeah.
really, I don't even I don't remember anything about being 20. It feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, my advice that I've given a lot on here is I'm like, if you're, I mean, any age, but really when you're under 25 and you're in a relationship that you are having red flags like this, I'm like, get out.
Yes.
You're so young, like,
Yeah.
and you still don't know who you are. Like, I remember when I was 20 thinking I knew exactly who I was.
Totally.
I totally know. And then 30 hits and you're like, wow, I'm completely different.
Exactly.
And the people you're in relationships with will be different too. So don't tolerate that.
Yeah, I'm
but
glad
if she
she's
was
like saving up to get out of it though. It sounds like she's well aware this is not a safe situation for me.
Yeah.
But I need to prepare to get out.
Yeah. Someone else said, your boyfriend sounds like a jerk. Not only did he out you without your consent, but his first thought after apologizing to you was to talk about threesomes. What I gather, judging from what you've written, is that he isn't even pleasing you, so he'd be disappointing 2 women at once.
And that would just be cruel to bring someone else
that's just
into.
awful.
We don't have time for that.
We need to get Delilah into this situation
Yes.
to get her out.
Come on, Delilah.
Yeah.
Get your work over here.
Literally.
Nobody here is a relationship expert, and only you yourself know how you want to deal with the situation you find yourself in. But to me, it seems like you wish to embrace the other side of you. Awful wording, so apologies. And the more you fixate on it without experiencing it will likely eat away at you.
Yeah.
I wish you good luck and happiness, but what I will say is don't allow toxicity into your life. It's easier said than done but I would rather leave, if safe and plausible, than stay and let things fester.
Exactly.
Yep.
I think the best advice for her is to she's doing it, you just got to get out.
Yeah, girlie's
Just
gotta go.
dip
Yeah.
and go explore.
Our final story comes from relationship advice. I, a 23-year-old woman, slept with my roommate, a 21-year-old woman, and don't know how to handle my life now. I've been basically in love with my roommate since we met 3 years ago. But she never gave any indication she was bi or gay, and is pretty strongly hetero in the sense that she loves romance stuff and talks about finding a rom-com type dude.
Oh.
It was totally fine, and it never affected our ability to, be roommates. A few weeks ago, she randomly brought up I wonder what it would be like to kiss a girl / is it different / whatever. We made out
After all.
We made out a couple times, and it was good, and I was somehow able...
What?
So that was easy.
Jump.
And I was somehow able to remain a normal person afterward. But then 2 nights ago, things progressed, then got out of control, and we had sex, and that's when I stopped being able to handle shit. Ha ha.
The queer panic. It's like, you can't take it.
Now she wants to cuddle and is like, maybe I do like girls saying stuff like that. Should I take that as a sign it's okay to make a romantic move?
My guy.
The sign is glaring.
How do I know, and how do I approach it with her? Should I just ask her on a date and go from there? I've been avoiding her during the day since we had sex because I'm freaking out.
She avoids her during the day, but at night she comes alive.
She's like, hello, cuddle time.
Like, I'm ready.
I just love that they had sex,
Congrats.
and it's like, should I make a romantic move?
Is she into me? Does she like women?
So what are we?
She's like, we sleep together every night, but
Should I try to kiss her?
what is this? My bigger concern are her feelings down the road. If this progresses, and if she's comfortable being this girl's little experiment, her sexuality experiment, why not benefit from it?
Yeah.
Have a grand old time.
Yeah.
But then in a couple months, if she goes, just kidding, I have a boyfriend now, are you going to be able to be roommates with her and see her every day?
Yeah, 'cause she starts it off with, I've basically been in love with this person for 3 years.
Yeah.
Or not for 3 years, or no, since we met 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
she's
worried
been down
for
bad.
her.
She's been down bad for a while.
Yeah. And I fear that the roommate's having fun, and then she's going to eventually, at the very least say, yeah, I am bi or I am gay, but want to go explore that and live her little life.
Right.
And I feel bad for our writer. She's going to.
Yeah, because this is a 21-year-old woman. This is a 23-year-old and a 21-year-old, so they're very young.
This is not your wife.
It's not like, oh, then this is good forever.
Yeah.
You don't know that it's not her wife?
Oh, yeah. We can't say that anymore. On our podcast, we made some people kind of sad.
Because we were saying something like, oh, your first relationship's in your early 20s, it all gets better and it's not a big deal.
Of course that one's going to end.
Of course it'll end. And everyone was like, what? As they're watching our podcast with their girlfriend in their early 20s. So
yeah. So maybe
we've
this
learned.
maybe this is the love of their life.
There's
Could
always
be.
exceptions. There.
Could be.
I don't think this is it.
You don't know that.
I don't know that, but
I feel
But-
like she should hate to use this term, she should ride it out. I think it's not, I mean, she needs to continue to figure this out.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I think she should talk to her therapist about what happens if this goes south.
Maybe this is messed up to say, but there's also the argument of like when you're young like that, it's like, oh, is this leading towards heartbreak? Yeah, but it's like you're young, like maybe you experience that too.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Unless we're gonna end up with a year lease that we gotta break and we can't get out of.
Yeah, debate on how much of your life is gonna.
Yeah.
But as far as your emotions and just whatever, it's like, yeah, get caught up in it.
Yeah, we all need our souls crushed a couple times.
Yeah. And if they're like good friends, they've been roommates for a while, I feel like you could have like a little gal pal hangout and be like, do we know what's going on here? Are we okay to like get messy for a little bit? And if we just need to be open and honest about where things go.
That's probably the smartest thing.
I feel like that's
that communication's not happening here. She's avoiding her all day. She's like running in, getting Cheez-Its and running back to her room.
like a little rat.
They're not chatting.
Well, maybe she could push herself.
Yeah. Set some boundaries. We've learned from previous.
Try a boundary or two.
Previous stories.
Yeah.
Just talk.
Just
talk
speak, yeah.
But she's 20. They're not gonna talk.
A couple comments here. I think the sex and the cuddling and the admission that maybe she's into women is the clearest sign you're ever going to get that she's, into women and you specifically. That said, be careful. The potential for disaster here is off the charts. I'm not saying don't go for it because, come on, you've got to go for it, but take it slow and be prepared for complications up to and including brutal heartbreak.
Yeah.
Y'all are close friends that live together. She's navigating something brand new and you've already got intense feelings. First of all, you should stop avoiding her. She's probably a little raw as it is, and dodging her can't make her feel great. Yeah. Secondly, you should be upfront with her, but avoid getting too intense too quickly. Yeah. Let her know you're into her, but don't make it something she has to decide or commit to right now.
Yep.
Hey, I'm really attracted to you, and I really had fun last night, but I don't want to pressure you. What do you think? So far, it seems like she's comfortable with the relationship changing, so have some faith in her and yourself and talk to her. Mm-hmm. Good luck. I love a good rom-com myself, so I'm rooting for you. Mm-hmm. Last comment here is, if she had sex with you and is still talking positively to you, wants to cuddle, etc., she is into you. Be the rom-com woman of her dreams. Stop avoiding her.
Love that.
And we have an update.
Oh my God. Oh.
That's a big deal around here.
I'm so excited. They're dating.
I'm about to
What do you think?
out.
What do you think? Do you think it's worse or do you think it gets better?
Oh, there's no way you would do this to us. It gets better. It gets better.
No, they're dating. They're fully dating.
They're fully dating.
She wants to cuddle. She's like, please make the move. You're the lesbian.
Yeah.
I am not out. You make the move.
Hit us with
They're dating. They're married. They U-hauled. Oh, they already live together. Oh my God.
They got a bigger apartment.
They got cats.
Yes.
Okay, update. Like I said last night, she came to sleep in my bed again with me, and I was planning on talking to her this morning, but I couldn't really figure out how to start the conversation, and I was worried that if I was like, hey, you slept in my bed again, she'd think I was like telling her not to. Oh. On Sundays, we usually go to the library and then get coffee, and just started that again now that it's reopened, and I was like, okay, I can have this conversation with her when we're at the coffee place waiting for our drinks. When we were walking over there, she was kind of walking close to me, and our hands kept bumping, and I panicked and started walking faster because I didn't know if she was trying to hold my hand or what, and I didn't want to be.
This girl is oblivious.
I didn't want to be wrong, and then I just felt weird about initiating a conversation. I know I sound extra like a useless lesbian right now, but I just panicked in the moment, even though everything seemed like it would be easy when it was hypothetical. When we were in the car driving home, she didn't talk at all, which isn't like her, and then she was quiet and went to her room at home, too, and I got all panicked and hid in my room, too, because I was pretty sure that she was going to tell me she didn't want to do this anymore.
Oh, God. I'm gonna freak out.
But then,
there's a but then.
But then she finally came out of her room and came into my room and was like, can I ask you a question?
Let's go, girl.
And then asked me if I didn't like her anymore now that we'd slept together because she felt like I'd been weird, which I had been. I don't blame her. Oh. I honestly was freaking out so hard and I was like, and she was like, if you just want to have sex, can you please tell me because I really like you and I need to know it really hurts that you've been avoiding me but letting me into the bed with you.
Okay, and communication skills.
I love her.
And I was like, how did you make that sound so easy? I hate you. Anyway,
I hate that. Don't say I hate you.
Anyway, long story short, I told her I like her too, and I was sorry that I acted weird. I was just nervous and scared. So now I guess we're trying the whole dating thing.
Wow, let's go.
Let's go.
Wait, there's more. I don't like your face. I don't like your face. Nope, stop, end. We're done. Happy Pride Month.
Sir,
Goodbye.
Wake up.
We have another update.
Oh my God.
They're still together. They're still together.
I'm like hiving. I'm
still
so
together.
stressed out.
I know. I don't know what's about to happen either. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you do. You've been creeping down that. You know.
Your eyes are like,
Oh. Okay.
Tell me.
Update number 2. Basically, we made out a bunch and then had sex, but I wasn't sure if she was into me. It turned out that she was, and we started dating. That was
Okay, we just watched this episode.
she's saying my original post was
Skip.
deleted, but that's the
Okay.
recap. Things have gone really great.
Let's go.
This has been the literal most stable and loving relationship I've ever had with any human being in my life, and I'm including my actual family, LOL. And in December,
Also sad, but okay.
Keep going.
I decided to propose because I was pretty sure she really does love me as more than a friend. I'm joking. And now
I was like, that's too soon.
No. She's saying
She did propose.
I decided to propose because I was pretty sure
Pretty soon.
I was pretty sure she really does love me more than a friend. In parentheses, I'm joking.
Like that.
Oh, she knows. She knows.
does
Okay.
love me
I
more
was
than a
like, we
friend.
haven't talked.
And now we're planning a wedding.
Let's go.
my God.
Granny.
Wild, we also got a dog.
Knew it.
Wait, dog people. That's perfect.
Some-
We love it.
Sometimes I still can't believe this is real life, but it is. And I couldn't have done it if I wasn't encouraged by you guys to, well,
That
do
was us.
it.
It was all us.
So thank you for that. I appreciate it more than you could possibly know.
Wow.
I love how we started this conversation with being like, your first relationship, it's not gonna work. And at the end, we're like, they got married,
They got
and they did it, they're gonna do it.
I literally said in a quote, that's not your wife.
And I said, but what if it is?
And it is.
Wow.
Wow.
Replay.
Okay,
Instant replay.
but the reason it worked is because the girl who was struggling with her sexuality, so mature,
So mature.
can handle her emotions, can communicate her emotions.
Chatty Cathy in a good way.
Incredible.
Had a lot to
Wow,
say.
really,
Love that.
really solid.
Her opening the bedroom door, like, what is this?
She got her rom-com. Also, the way that all went down is so rom-com.
Super rom-com.
Her being
Somebody
like,
write
"You
it."
don't want to have sex with me, and her being like, "Oh, the way you said that, I hate you." It was like just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect rom-com.
I get that she's nervous, but man, it's like she did everything to make that not happen.
Yeah. She was
overthinking it.
self-sabotaging.
Yeah,
She really was.
She was overthinking
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Wow. She just needed to have that first girly experience, and then it all
She was like, it all clicked.
kicked off.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh, I want to go to their wedding. Was
I-
this old?
The original post was from
I do want to know how long they were dating before getting engaged. I'm just saying.
the
I mean, I'm
original
curious.
the original post was from 2020. So
Oh my God.
they could
They're married.
be married still. I don't think we have any updates after that. So
Congratulations,
Wow.
guys.
Love that. Go girls.
Send us your registry.
Yes.
yeah, 4 years a little late, but
yeah.
that was so sweet. We finally had a positive.
Thank you for that. Ended on a great
We needed
note.
that ending, and we loved it.
Yeah.
I'm like exhausted from that
Pure
emotional
love.
roller coaster.
Yeah.
Sweating now.
Yeah. Well,
That was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely great.
wow.
Yeah, I mean these were some good ones. Some crazy stories. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us. This was
Yeah, this
so
was a
fun.
blast.
So fun.
I loved it.
Super cool.
Can we take
I'm-
these flags home?
Sure.
Are those ours now?
Hang it outside of our house.
Just one right there in the flag. It's like,
Mini pride.
and tell us, where can people find you guys?
Go ahead, babe.
Staying Up podcast.
Yeah.
Just Google Schmoogle. It'll
Google
be there.
Schmoogle it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you all for watching. Let us know what other themes and subreddits you want us to cover on this show, and we'll see you next Saturday. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh my God, I want to go read Reddit stories now.
Same.
That was thrilling.